All right, it is time for Grinchathon TBR. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you my Grinchathon TBR. Grinchathon is a readathon created and hosted by Izzy, Punkrockgirlpa, and is running from July 25th to July 31st for this Christmas in July edition. And Izzy created the Grinchathon because she does not like the holidays, so it is a place where people who do not like the holidays can have their own holiday readathon, and it was created in December, but there are several rounds through the year, including Christmas in July. So this is the Christmas in July edition. So yeah, so I'm really excited to be participating. I will leave links down below for Izzy's announcement video where she shares the challenges, as well as the Grinchathon Twitter where a lot of information is shared and all that good stuff. And the big rule of the Grinchathon is that there are no rules. The prompts are suggestions, recommendations. They are made to be manipulated. I'm not so good at manipulating them. I think I got one pretty good one. But I try, and you can definitely double up, triple up, read one book if it fits the bill for all of them, or if it fits the bill for none of them, and you can read things that you've already started. There really is no rules. It's all about just reading together. And so yeah, so I did pick a book per prompt, and I did recently go to the library, so a lot of my books are from the library. The first one is actually also from the library, but I'm reading it digitally. So the first prompt that I am going to be, the book that I picked for the first prompt, which is Together, I picked The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. This is the second book in the Simonverse series, and I actually did not realize that this was in the Simonverse series, and I've read Simonverse's The Homo Sapiens Agenda, and I loved it. I haven't seen the movie yet, which is just ridiculous. Maybe I will try to do that before Grinchathon. I don't know how much of a tie-in there is. I don't know if there's repeat characters. I don't know pretty much anything, other than when I looked at the book, it looks like it follows twins, and well, it's got lots of quotes here at the front. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. Anyway, so it follows twins and friendship and romance and all of that stuff, and from what I've seen from the Goodreads reviews, that there's a lot of diversity included in this, and that for me, that's the togetherness connection, is that, you know, embracing and sharing and you know, honoring diversity, I think is really important and is how we're going to get through things together. So that's how I picked it for this challenge, and so I'm going to be starting that. So I'm looking forward to it. And if you know if I should, let me know if I should watch Love, Simon first. Let me know, because then I will endeavor to do that before the readathon begins. So the next challenge is Cool. For that, I am going to be reading Deep Water 2 by R.L. Stine. Yes, this is a Goosebumps book. Yes, I am doing the thing where you pick short titles for readathons. Hey, why not? Anyway, so this one is set on, it's set in the Caribbean, on the protagonist's uncle's floating lab. So it's set on the water. I think water, cool, summer, water, cool, it's a way to cool off. All of that feels like a pretty easy connection. So, and I think I should hopefully be able to finish it during the readathon. So I'm looking forward to that. I actually really like the first Deep Trouble. There's not too many sequels within the Goosebumps series, but there is for this one. So I will be reading that. Next up is G&B, or Green and Black, and or also Orange. So green and black are the colors of Grinchathon, and Izzy included orange for inclusion for standing in solidarity with Indigenous people, especially in terms of what has been revealed up here in Canada, which has been just really horrible. And so that is the challenge. So that is what we're going with. I actually managed, I didn't realize that there was actually orange on this cover as well. There is green. Oh, I might have missed black. Well, the text is black. So for this one, I'm going with this super, super easy title, and I'm going with The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Carle, which I have never read. This is a kid's picture book, and it's like 30 pages, and I imagine it has a very hungry caterpillar in it. I love the color. This is actually on my Shannon Reads Those Books exploration, if you can believe it, which is the first really big reading challenge that I started. That's over 400 titles. I imagine this is on there because of the BBC Big Read, but I'm not 100% sure. That's the one that's like voted in. It's a compilation of 5 different lists. So anyway, I imagine I could finish this in the 1 week of Grinchathon, and also like it just, I don't know, man, if you're hungry, you're grumpy, and that's kind of Grinchy, right? So I'm looking forward to that. Oh my god. It's a very tiny hungry caterpillar. Oh, that's the holes! Is that the holes? The caterpillar eating? Oh my god, I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, number 4 is Happy. For that, I picked About Design. This could also double up for Orange. This is by Gordon Salchow, and the subtitle is Insights and Provocations for Graphic Design Enthusiasts. So this is a nonfiction book all about design and graphic design. It goes through the different design principles. It's very visually interesting. It's also very short-ish. Well, it's not that short. It's like 200 pages. Yeah, 200 pages. But I love the principles in design. It was one of my favorite things that I studied when I went to art school. And so I'm looking forward to brushing up on them and hearing different insights and provocations about them. So yeah, so that is going to be, I absolutely love reading nonfiction art books and design, art and design. And so that makes me very, very happy. So I'm going with that one. Next up is a quick read, and for that I am going with this. So let's see. Do I even have a regular size book here? Not really. This is close enough. So this is like a regular size book. So this one is the Tiny Book of Tiny Stories by Volume 1 by HitRECord and Joesph Gordon-Levitt, and I think it was all things that were submitted. So I like it. I'm not even totally sure, like, if it has one illustrator for the whole thing or exactly what it is. I don't know how, it's got great end papers. But, you know, it's definitely going to be a quick read. So there is a bit of an explanation, so when I get to reading it, it will make more sense. So this is going to be my quick read, or my tiny read. It would also double up for Orange, which a lot of these actually do. Okay, next up is Dark. So this one, Izzy often includes dark, and I don't read a lot of dark titles. Well, actually, the last one is a little dark, but I decided to manipulate it because it's set in a dark place, or a sometimes dark place, and that is, oops, I forgot my library receipt there, and that is Photobooth, a biography by Meags Fitzgerald. Meags, M-E-A-G-S. So this is a graphic novel, nonfiction work all about the photo booth, which is where you would go, you know, I don't know how uncommon, I imagine this sounds like, so that's what a photo booth looks like if you've never seen one. So often they were in like subway stations or fairs or like, amusement parks, just malls where you go sit in, put in $1 or whatever, and you would get your picture taken. And and so this is a nonfiction biography of like the history of the photo booth and also how they started to rapidly disappear, and causing an eclectic group of individuals from around the world to come together and respond. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I like to always include visual work or graphic work for readathons because they tend to be quick read, although I think this is actually my longest. I'm not sure how long the upside of Unrequited is actually, so, but this is closer to 300 pages, but, you know, and it's just so, you know, it's just so interesting. So I'm looking, I already showed that page, so I'm really looking forward to it, and it looks like it is chronological, so ooh, that's a great drawing. And a map. Okay, so yeah, looking forward to Photobooth, a biography. And the last prompt is card, for which Izzy picked a tarot card and she got the Four of Pentacles. Her interpretation on this was selfish, hold on, and bittersweet. For me, I would definitely go with these being holding on and also a bit bittersweet. And for that, I'm going to go with a couple of volumes of Blade of the Immortal, which is a manga series. I have 3 volumes out from the library right now, 22, 23, and 24. This is by Hiroki Samura, and this one's bittersweet because I have not read it, and hold on for sure, because I haven't read it for 2 years, because I read as much as was available digitally, and then 2 years ago I read like a good, I don't know, another 10 volumes. It's a 31 volume series, and I read another like 10 volumes 2 years ago through the library, and I was like, oh well, I will just read more next summer. And then next summer was last summer, and I didn't go to the library at all last year. They were open for contactless pickup, but I decided against it. I started going back to the library, I think, after my first vaccination. So anyway, but yeah, so now that I am going back to the library regularly throughout the summer, I am going to be able to hopefully finish off the series. So I definitely had to hold on, you know, with this one, because I had quite a break, and it is a bit bittersweet because, you know, that feels like maybe it wasn't the best decision at the time, and, you know, to be just wanting those last 10 or 11 volumes, I think it's 10 volumes, to just finish it off. And sometimes finishing things is a bit bittersweet. Although this, I'll only get so much farther because I'll have 3 more this round for Grinchathon, and then hopefully finish it by the end of the summer, or the end of my library trips for the year. So that is my bittersweet inclusion, and thankfully I think I did leave off at a good part in terms of the story, a mini story arc completed, but you know, it has been a while. I love this series. There's so much action in it, and I love the amount of like pencil work, especially for the chapter title type situations, but I love how the action looks. Like there's just so much going on in terms of line work. Like it's just really, it's very violent though, so there's that. It's a lot of fighting, and there's a lot of, you know, it's pretty gruesome. So I would say, I think this one I would say could also be considered dark. It's definitely one of the darker titles that I have stuck with, so I could double up with that if I had to. So there we go. There are my books that I have picked for this Grinchathon. I'm super excited about like so many of the shorter titles and the nonfiction titles, and these are I don't even really understand that one. That one I'm gonna have to read the introductory work to get it. Then, you know, Goosebumps. So a little bit of everything, some visual work, some kids books, some nonfiction, and 1 novel with the upside of Unrequited. And I think for me with readathons, that's a better way to go. I do tend to read a lot, but I don't tend to read a lot of like novels. And so I think picking 1 will increase my success of finishing it, and then finishing, you know, more titles for the readathon, as opposed to starting 4 things and only finishing 1. So although I could have gone to my currently reading and just picked from there. There is lots to choose from, but I decided to go with library books, and so I think that this will be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to Grinchathon. I will link below the announcement video, as well as the Twitter and all of that good stuff, and the challenges and everything. So yeah, and of course the list of books and stuff with the translators and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you are participating in Grinchathon, and if you have posted a TBR video or posted your TBR elsewhere on Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest, wherever. And yeah, because I would love to know if we will be reading together. So yeah, see you soon, and thank you to Izzy for, of course, hosting the readathon. I think it is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye.